We live? What's going on? It's your boy SB. I might have to do that over if we're not live. I'm not sure if we're live. If so, what's good? Fixing this last little thing. Turn that down to like right there. Bad. All right, let me see. All right. Yep, we live. What's going on? It's your boy SB. Hope everybody had a blessed week, man. You know what today is. It's Thursday, so you know what that means. That means we live. You already know, though. But yeah, man, hope everybody had a good week. Who we got in the building? Drop it in the comment section. Did I say comment section? I meant the comment section. Just getting it all set up. You digs? Who we got? I see who's that? Perfect Gematria, Icy Lambo, skirt. What up though? Hey everybody. Hello, SB. Let's go. Thumbs up on the video on the way in, guys. Yeah. Good looking, Icy. That's a fact. If you just pulling up, be sure to hit that like button. As you pulling in, like the video, it helps the video once we publish it. So good looking, y'all. Appreciate that. Icy Lambo. How was everybody's week? My week was blessed. You feel me? It was good. It was challenging. But it was good though. We got work, right? If you got work, it was a good week. It's a good week if we got some work. If you got a job, you feel me? You got a roof over your head, you got some clothes on your back, you got running water, you got a bed to sleep in. It was a pretty good week. It's a pretty good week. But it was cool though. No drama in the workplace. Hold on, should I lower that a little bit, or should I raise up? Let me see. Man, I ain't put my seat up in forever. Whoop, drop it. All right. But yeah, I had a really good week. Hope everybody else had a good week out there as well. I am collecting some overtime this week. That's a fact. And I did some overtime last week, so I'm on a roll right now. You feel me? I'm on a roll. I'm planning to stay on a roll, hopefully. How was y'all week though? Let me know. What's up, SB? Perfect Gematria was good, fam. Hope all is well with you over there. Hope all is good. First American Pope. What is that? Is that a movie? I don't get it. What you mean? What's that? Oh, we got an American Pope. That's what you're saying? I don't trust that. I don't trust that one bit. You feel me? I don't trust that one bit. Sounds like some government to me. But it's too early. It's too early. I should have asked Chat GPT to see what they think about it, but it currently is too early on the podcast to get talking into it though. But shout out to the first American Pope, I guess. You know, that's interesting. There you go. That's the word. It's interesting for sure. Mr. Tim said, "What's good, fam? What's good with you, Mr. Tim? How you feeling? Hope all is well with you. All is well over here. All is well. What's that? Sequoia? I think I said that right. What up? Hope all is well with you, Sequoia. Good to see you tuning in. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Cedric, what up? He said it's your boy. Yes, B. What's good, Cedric? Hope all is well with you, fam. Mr. Chin said not bad here. Had a funeral in WVA for a great uncle, but got back last night. Only missed a few days off work, man. Sorry to hear about the passing. I'm glad you was able to make it and stuff, man. But man, yeah, condolences to you and the fam. You say you took my advice. No eating out this past week, saving that money, fam. That's what I'm talking about. Same. I'm doing the same. I didn't eat out. Usually if I eat out, it'll be like Hawaiian barbecue, some pizza or something like that, or In-N-Out. This last week, I didn't eat out at all. So that's a blessing. Trust me, I'm taking my own advice as well. Like I said, we don't know what's around the corner in these days. You feel me? So it's best to try to be proactive than being caught off guard and then having to be reactive and scattering and scrambling and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's some good stuff. Good. That's good to hear. I'm doing the same. You feel me? I'm doing the same. Perfect Gematria says they say the new Pope and Canadian Prime Minister, it's all good. Is all good friends with Trump. Psh. But see, Trump is just the face. You know what I mean? He's just the face. All those people who ever get into that seat, that office, they're just the face. It's the hand people. Now, who's the ones that's behind him? You know what I mean? That control him. There, you know what I mean? There's never been the presidents who's calling the shots. They're the face because there's a people that's behind them that don't want to be the face. You know what I mean? But they're the ones passing all this legislation, sending all this money all over the place that don't need to go there, you know? But I just think we're seeing a global plan unfold in front of our eyes. I think we've been seeing that since 2020. You know what I mean? But now it's going to a whole nother level for sure. For sure, stuff is getting just. I was just chopping up with the homie. What was that, yesterday or something like that? I don't know. It was recently. I was like, it seems like every day something crazy is happening. You know what I mean? It seems crazy. And we still got how many more years of this? But it's not just, I'm saying, it's not just him, it's the system. You know what I mean? That's why I said before the elections, it was, on some of the lies, people like, oh, this side or that side. I said, listen. It don't matter what side gets in there. The bird is going to fly the same direction. You know what I mean? I said that. And that bird is flying in the same direction. So strap up, prepare. You feel me? Prepare. Mr. Tim said he's a puppet. They all are, fact. But there's a hidden hand. There's a hidden people. You feel me? That's been behind the scenes running stuff for a cool minute. You up? I'm up. You feel me? I'm up. I got some good sleep. Feeling good. I said it was a good week. I haven't been in the gym. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm good though. I'm up. But yeah, I haven't looked into the little Pope situation at all. I haven't really been on the news lately. You know what I mean? It's more so work has been taking a lot of my time. I've been working those overtime days, and then like my days are 14-hour days. So, but during work, I do have a lot of time to take in information. But the information I'm taking in is not really mainstream media, and that's really where you see those things. It's more so, you know what I mean, just regular folks. This last week, I'm a follower of the Lord, so I'll be on my Bible app and, different messages and stuff like that. So, but sounds like it's getting crazy though. You know what I mean? Definitely does. I'm gonna have to look into it. Anybody have any raises? Anybody get any promotions? What's the word? Anybody going for promotions? I looked. I was on I'm gonna say Indeed. What's that thing called? Job art. If you work at Amazon, we have a thing called internal. What is it called? Something where we can see our jobs from the inside. And there's some slots. It's a lot. I've seen a lot of PA slots, process assistants slots open. I've seen a few L4 AM manager slots open. And I was like, okay, but I didn't put in for it. I think I'm 100% sure I want to stay in my position for right now. You know what I mean? Just due to the fact of the overtime. That overtime is a deal breaker. That and I think it's a lot of changes that's taking place. And as I've always said, I think the more secure positions are not the salary ones. But that's just, as I've said, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Hey, we got a super chat though. Who's that? Hey, Mercy. Good looking, Mercy. 20 of them, 20 bones, 20 of them. That's a huge blessing. Thank you, Mercy. Definitely appreciate that. I was finna go all appreciative until she says, that's for the batteries, SB. Yeah. Hilarious. She said that's for a battery. But see, here's the thing. I have the batteries. I had the batteries since last week. But appreciate it for sure. I just got to put them in. And you know what? Like I got to shoot. I have to start shooting some vlogs on this page and my faith page. So I know I got to change them because I got the batteries. I just got to get up there and change them. But appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mercy. That's a lot. You know what I mean? In these times, these days and times. So it's definitely not overlooked. This is majorly appreciated. Every time, you guys support, especially financially, that's a big deal. Thank you so much, Mercy. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Internal transfers, no, the internal positions, job finder. I think that's what it's called, right? Job finder, if I'm not mistaken. But I was on there. It's a lot of positions open. So for those of you who's been looking, to try to move up, I don't know about your building, you know what I mean? But I've seen a lot of Cali buildings that did have some openings, some postings. So I would look into that if there's anybody out there looking for those things, especially when I was on the hunt. Like when I was like, the mission to move up, I was in job finder. Is it job finder? It has to be internal job finder, like every day looking for new postings. So, if you guys is looking for that, stay on top of that for sure. Mercy is hilarious. She said, this is for a new battery. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Is that a phone call? I think I got a phone call. Let me see. All right, yeah, that was a phone call. Had to deny it. But hold on, let me fix this. Y'all excited for what's that? Prime Day? Prime Week? That's coming. That's coming quick, y'all. I hope y'all ready for that. That's like in what, a month? We're in May. What is it? It's May 8th. May 8th, about a month will be in June 8th. All right, so about 2 months is looking like until. All right, we got some time. We got some time. I'm actually going to use, because I've been saving on my vacation. I'm at like 55 hours, 57, almost 60 hours of vacation. I was planning on using all of that for Prime Week. Being completely honest, wanted to use all of it for Prime Week because y'all know how I feel. That's prime. That's volume is going to increase, and when the volume increases, the stress increases. So if I'm already on a partnering with the site where the stress is already up, it's finna to be even more ups, and I'm finna to be on vacation. But I'm probably gonna use a vacation day this next week. But I'm gonna make sure I got at least a few days in the cut so I can have some relief on Prime Week. You feel me? Because I'll be using my time, but I'll be looking though. I'll be looking down the road like, all right, Prime Week is. I got my eye on you for sure. Who's that? Hey, what it do, my guy? What it do? Good to see you. Good to see you in the building though. What up? Mercy says, hey, family, hope all's well. Got approved for the donut shift. Hey, okay, let's go. We see you. We see you. That's what's up. The donut shift. What's that? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe. That's what's up. That's a weird schedule. Like you have what? Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday off. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, I think the thing with the donut shift that I never really, the thing that one of the cons that I thought was a con was because I was trying to move up, and it's like I think certain days you're with back half and then other days you're with front half. So you're like never fully with your manager. But if you're not trying to move up, then I don't really think that's a big deal. And if you are, I've seen people on the donut shift still move up, but that was one of the things you're like on both teams. You know what I mean? And I just was like, because both teams can operate completely different. Of course, the overall operations are the same, but you're dealing with totally different people. But congrats, though. That's what you wanted. So good looking on that. Or, congrats on that. That's what's up. I've been front half days my whole time at Amazon. I'm almost at 6 years. They gave me a shout out. They gave me a shout out on my on stand up. And because I was what's it called? My window still open? Nah. I started off with white badge. So your time is weird. It's like you have that time, but then your time starts over once you get a blue badge. So I guess on my white badge time, I'm already 6 years, but on my overall, I don't my overall time, but my blue badge time, I'm almost 6 years. So I just found that out, or because I forgot, about that time difference. But they gave me a shout out during stand up. That was cool. It's like, oh, shout out to SB. They didn't say SB, but they was like, yo, shout out to SB. Being 6 years, that's a long time. Shout out to the Zon, you feel me? Shout out to him. When that new music coming, is here, fam. It's here. But I'm working on 2 whole projects right now. So that's what's, you know what I mean? Don't spread yourself thin because then it just slows up the whole total process of what you're doing. But yeah, it's there. It's ready. Almost, not completely, but my focus is completely shifted to my, the faith side on that project I'm working on. But it's still coming. I know I've been saying that, but that's why I don't be saying too much because I'd rather just drop it. I think I might just drop a single though, because I have the singles, certain songs that's already done. I think I might just drop another single just to, you know what I mean, giving me a little more time, but we'll see. We'll see. But soon though, because it's like I'm saying, I got a big portion of it already complete, but I need to get it out. That's my thing. Sometimes I'll just be. That's the one of the challenging things about having your own studio is like you can just be sitting on music longer than you should be, and I be doing that sometimes. You feel me? I be doing that. Am I doing a music video? I can. You pulling up or what? If you pull up, I can. You feel me? I've shot some on the faith side, my faith based music. I mean, even the SB stuff is you're still intertwined with my faith, but I haven't shot no SB music videos like professionally. I did my own and I still came out clean and did, I mean, I got a lot of support, but yeah, I probably will. So I'll definitely let you know so you can pull up. But is that like anytime soon? I guess I don't know. I guess I'll see once once I start seeing the response of the project. And that's another reason why I haven't been rushing it. What's that song I did? Hard work pays off. That thing's still climbing. You know what I mean? I saw like 4 point something million streams now. So, and that's like, it's dope. It's dope. All right. So on Instagram, it shows you when like verified people do reels with your song. And I've already seen that because when you click on the song on Instagram, it shows you all the people that shared it. Like the Undertaker's wife shared it. It's been all type of people, fighters, golfers, horse racers, all these people. But it was dope just this last week. The lady from they cloned Tyrone because I love that movie. That movie's hard. They cloned Tyrone. The prostitute, the lady who played the prostitute, she did a reel with my song, and I was notified. I didn't know it was her. I was like, "Who's this?" I click on it, and I was like, it said like they also seen on such and such, seen on they clone Tyrone. I was like, oh, the Stabs, I know you. Like I didn't fan out. I didn't even like it. I don't ever like it just because that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, but it was dope to see though. Super dope. What you say? Let me know when I'm down. I was so close to buying a Corvette on Tuesday. But it's not the right time, so I'd rather wait until it's right. Yeah. Wait till it's the right time. You know what I mean? You get the best deal that you can get. I'm pretty sure. I would think the price is going to go down because the car market is getting cooked. So many people are losing their cars, like unprecedented numbers and rates. So I can only imagine that would cause the price to go down. But who knows what we seeing? You know what I mean? But yeah, wait for the right time, man, to where you don't hurt yourself or nothing like that, and that you get the best position, be in the best position to buy it. But yeah, if you get that, that's man, that mug is clean, super clean. I love those new Corvettes. Those was hard. Lamar, was good with you? Am I still on Amazon? Yeah, I'm still on Amazon. I'm just about in my 6-year mark, so we still going strong over here. Yeah, still there. It's been a minute. You feel me? It's been a minute. But it doesn't feel like it because one of the things with Amazon is such a big company that if I was in outbound, then I was in inbound, then I tried the dock for a little bit. Well, I didn't try. My manager put me over there because he wanted me to be over there, and then I went to the corporate side inbound and the corporate side outbound. So each time, each area low key seemed like a new job. You know what I mean? So even though I've been with the company almost 6 years, it feels like I've been with the company 2 years because that's how long I've been in corporate, and it feels like a totally different feel prior, to what was prior being in the warehouse. But so that's the dope thing about having tenure, a pretty long tenure at the company at Amazon. It can feel like it hasn't been that long because everything is so different. It's so different. So yeah, I'm still there, fam. I still appreciate it. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm not bitter. You feel me? I appreciate the job. They still cutting the check, so I'm still pulling up. They still cutting the check, so I'm still busting a sweat. You feel me? As long as they cut the check, I'm a bust a sweat. But shout out to the Believe, what up, Believe? How much UPT you got? I'm at 80 hours. You a PA. Oh, I was always that hot, not 80. I don't think I was at 80. I could have been though. But when you're a PA, it's like, you know what I mean? Your work, you know what I mean? You're not just disappearing because you have a standard to uphold because you're trying to get into that L4 position. I was the same way when I was the PA. My everything was high because my team needed me. You know what I mean? They will still let you go, but it's like, so I feel you. I feel you. That does make that does make a big difference that you a PA. But no, I'm nowhere near 80. You feel me? Let's bring it down a bit. You feel me? Like a lot. I think I'm at where am I at? Bro, I think I'm at 12. I think 12. And the reason why is because like I was saying, with the time change, I was, that I would use an hour almost every day. You know what I mean? So, but I have been stacking it back up low key. I've been stacking it back up. More so my vacation, but I'm gonna use some of that next week. But 80 hours, salute, my guy. That's official right there. That's encouraging. I need to step it up. Icy says SB pulling up with a fresh cut. Hey y'all, fell asleep waiting for the live. How's y'all week? Hey, my week was blessed. You feel me? My week was real good. Work was challenging as usual, but we made it. Hope everybody else's was as well. And thank you. Yes, yeah, I got a little cut. You digs? Thank you. Because I plan on shooting some recorded vlogs. I've been planning on that the last 2 days, but hopefully I could do it. I could do it today. Says, yeah, I'm waiting till the prices go down. I think that's a good move. I think hold on, what you say? I'm still keeping my Mustang, adding the Corvette, my guy. Okay, baller, you feel me? Baller alert. Okay. Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, you doing it different over there. Hey man, do your thing. That just means you gonna have to bring both of them to the video shoot. That's what's up, fam. That's super dope. As long as they cut the check, I'm a bust a sweat. Our work pays off. I know that's right. That's a fact. Especially in these times, y'all already know. If y'all haven't been seeing what's going on, that's the next video that I'm doing on this page. It's that bigger than Amazon one, just because it's a gang of activity, man. It's a gang of people losing their jobs. It's a gang of layoffs. It's a gang of stuff happening. So it's like, man, yeah, I don't plan. My plan is not to leave the company, not during all this nonsense going on. But I stated that. I called this though. I was like, yo, we ain't seen the worst. The worst, and have we seen the worst still? No. It's getting bad, but it's gonna get worse. I just know it. How do I know? I don't even know. I just know. Like it's going to get worse than what we see now. That's why prepare spiritually. That's my whole thing. I'm gonna eventually start that over here on this page, because I think it's going to get to a point to where it's inevitable. Like everybody's going to feel it. Everybody's going to be affected in a major way. We're all affected now, but not like we're going to be. But we'll see. What you say? Your manager got fired last week? Sheesh, man. That's like a rarity to see. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, most AMs, I don't. They usually leave. In my experience, in my journey, I don't really see them get fired too often, and don't think I've ever seen one get fired for productivity, or yeah, for like what I mean, not performing. I know they get put on pips and all that stuff, but I can't remember one getting fired for like not meeting the bar, which is a dope thing to see. For me, that was encouraging. Like, okay, this person over here is not really that good, like at all, and they still held their job. So that was pretty cool. Like, all right, they're not just firing you the first time you don't, like meet the bar, etc. type thing. So, man, that's deep. Hope they I hope they got stuff planned out or something else comes up, because this is like I think it's like this is the worst time. Well, it's gonna be worse, but this is like not a good time to lose your job, So that sucks to hear. Whoops. Yeah, exactly. You definitely called it. Not even months ago. This is a year and a half ago, 2 years. I've been talking about this. You know what I mean? I've been saying. I said people were gonna snap due to the pressure. It's gonna be. I've been saying it for a minute. You know what I mean? But we're still not there though. We're still not there. It's still gonna get worse. All jobs, not just saying, oh yeah, all. I wasn't even talking about Amazon. I think Amazon's like low key. You feel me? I think that's the spot for right now. Like I said, you usually with companies, you want to look at their track record. How did they hold up during the pandemic? What did they do? How many layoffs have they had so far? You want to look at things like that. And Amazon, low key, surprisingly, but we don't know the full details. You know what I mean? We only know what they put out to the public. But I think they've been holding up pretty steady. That's one of the main reasons why I'm not trying to go nowhere right now, because if anything, I would add and get another job if it got to the point where overtime became non-existent, which I do believe that can happen. You know what I mean? If it got to that point where overtime is gone, I'm gonna find another job, and I'm still not gonna shake the Zon, no. But it's a few different ways that this can go. And I think one of those variable, like I was saying last week, there's a variable that we haven't seen the clarity of what it's going to do in the economy with these tariffs and all that stuff. That can make some major changes um in certain fields of work. So we got to see how that plays out, see how that affects our field. Hey, what up, Messi? We got all the Messis in the building. You feel me? Messi and Mercy. Good. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. You said PTO is almost gone, and I used most of it. Don't be discouraged. I got like 2 hours of PTO. Actually, no. I'm gonna have 2 hours on Saturday. My PTO is at 9 minutes currently. Officially currently at 9 minutes. I got 9 minutes of PTO right now. I can't miss a break if I wanted to. Oh man. So disappointed. But I do have 50 UPT. You balling in. You good. PTO, that's what I mean. Okay. It's really about that UPT. You good. You got 50 UPT and 50 vacation. You good. You good. You doing better than me. Well, I got 50 vacation. I don't have 50 UPT though. But my UPT climbs pretty fast as long as I don't leave early or come in late. Like the longer you've been with the company, the quicker your time piles, the quicker your time builds up. Like every day I can get like Snaps, I forgot. I know I get 2 hours a week of vacation every week added on. And then daily I get an hour and a half of UPT or 2 hours. Nah, not 2 hours UPT. I'd be like an hour and a half, something like that. I don't know. But the more, as your tenure goes up, it comes quicker. So, but that's good. You good. Yeah, it's always good to do better, but at least now having 50 hours of both UPT and vacay, you straight. James says he in fact was fired for not meeting expectations. That's deep because I don't think I've ever seen that. Nah, not that I remember. I can't. So that's deep. And I've seen some pretty bad performing managers. Facts. It's like, how you still here? You know what I mean? Well, how you here still? That's deep. That sucks. But at least for my story, I think that's one of the smaller reasons, lower percentage reasons I've seen AMs let go or fired, I guess. That's deep. Ooh wee. Listen. I'm finna throw some beats on right now. Get in the kitchen. Matter of fact, get my words and start flipping, start spitting. No, let me stop. I'm feeling a little good. I'm feeling a little tired, but I'm feeling a little good though. A little good. Would you say the bad managers hang around because they work the worst? They work the worst shifts, so higher ups they don't want to move to backfill. The bad managers hang around because they work the worst shifts. Think you got a point. I can see that. I see where you're coming from. So higher ups don't want to move to backfill. That's a good observation. That's what's up. I'm trying to remember and play back the iffy managers to see my experience on that. But that's what's up. I like that. I like that thought. Mercy says, I'm surprised we are hiring like crazy, especially with these tariffs. So you guys are still hiring like crazy over there. That's what's up. You guys doing overtime as well? Yeah, fill me in. I wonder if y'all got that overtime popping over there. I know in my building, I think we're still hiring. We're seeing like we always hiring, but low numbers though, not like a lot from what I've seen. Let me see. News. Is this Google? Yahoo. Somebody want to use no Yahoo? What the world? Y'all still be using Yahoo search engines? Yo, that's crazy. Oh, my bad. Let me check this thing. Did y'all post? Okay, yeah, my bad. Okay, read this one. I'm surprised we're hiring like crazy. What state? I know that's a good question. What state? 2 weeks in a row, 60 hours. That's official in Texas. That's what's up. So Texas is out there getting a OT and still hiring. That's official. Shout out to Texas. Yeah, I'm on the same boat too. I've been on having 6 days a week, except last week because my schedule changes from 4 days 1 week, 3 days the next week. So Um, what was I saying? Yo, I'm low key tired. On my 4 days, that's when I get 60 hours a week because I pick up an overtime day. So I work 5 days, but we work 12 hours a day. So I hit that 60. But we've been consistent over here on our end with having overtime. So that's a good sign. You know what I mean? We've and that's a good sign for you guys too. Y'all got not only are you guys being consistent with overtime, but you also still hiring like that. That's a good sign. That's what's up. JP was good. It says, been going as a grocery associate since March this year, and so far pickings aren't too bad as long as it isn't due under an hour. Plus, I'm chilling working in the freezer for 3 hours. My dude, that's cold. That's cold. The freezer for three of them, 3 hours. That's deep. I'm part-time flex. That's what's up. Try to work at least 30 hours a week. That's what's up. That's what's up. That sounds cool. Literally. 2 hours, 3 hours in the freezer. That's deep. That don't even sound safe. You feel me? Y'all got those warm suits or something like that? Those suits that keep you warm in there? That's deep. Shout out to y'all though. Shout out to the grocery associate. I really haven't come across too many grocery associates at Amazon. That's what's up. Okay, you guys do wear those suits. That's cool. That's what's up. Is that so? Is it like a facility, like a fulfillment center, but like, or how does that work? Plus 5 minutes every 30 minutes, 5 minute breaks. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, all right, y'all, come on out. You feel me? 5 minutes. Okay, right. UVA warehouse. Okay, cool. That's deep. That's deep. That's dope though. I've never heard of that. I wonder what that's like. What is the job description? It's called a grocery associate. Like I wonder if that's like something that shows up on internal job finder or something. I've never seen that. Messi said, "Did you see the video of an employee who got arrested refusing to leave a shift?" Nah, I didn't see that. Let's watch it. Let me see. Let me pull it up. You got arrested for, let me see. Amazon employee arrested for not leaving. Let's see. 7 days ago. Okay, so we're gonna play this live. Oh, somebody else did this too. They play it live. Amazon employee refuses to leave work after showing up. Oh, they showed up on the wrong work day and gets arrested. That's deep. Okay, so this was the thing. A lot of people did some stuff on this. Amazon employee arrested for showing up to work without, I guess, being scheduled. Amazon employee shows up to work. Armed robber posing as a delivery driver has home invasion attempt. Wow, that's deep right there. That sucks. Amazon worker refuses to leave after being terminated. That was 4 months ago. Amazon delivery driver arrested after taking the bait. Got him. That's deep. Tech employee shares video of her being fired. That is some crazy. Oh yeah, okay, my bad. Amazon employee with gun charge. Police. Amazon employees charged after stealing 100,000 worth of Apple watches. Sheesh. That was a while ago, but I can definitely see that happen. I remember when I was in Stowe, and I remember I was stowing Apple watches, and I was looking like that's a whole lot of Apple watches. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I'm like, man, I wonder if people being here taking these things. I guess so. It says Amazon employee charged after stealing $100,000 worth of them. That's deep. It's not worth it, y'all. Listen, I've done a vlog. I think I've done 2 vlogs about that. It's not worth it stealing on the job. It's not worth it, especially not in these times. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna read some of these comments and I'm gonna play the video. We're gonna watch that video. I want to see that. Good looking on that, Messi. We're gonna play it. It says, did you see the video of the employee who got arrested after refusing to leave? We're gonna play that in a minute. JP says, yep, grocery associate or associate inbound. Okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna keep my eye out for that. I've never seen that before. Shout out to you, JP. It was a delivery station. Right. I just saw that. I saw it in the frame. I'm gonna play it right now too. We got big things coming for our building, just can't put it out there yet. Okay, exclusive. Okay, you feel me? Exclusive. That's what's up. And let us know when you guys do, when you can talk about it. That's what's up. Let us know. That vid goes crazy. Which one? Or are you talking about the video of the Amazon employee getting fired? It goes too crazy. Well, we about to see. That's why I'm putting the headphones on. We're gonna play it. It's a recent one within the last week. All right, let's watch it. Here it is. Let me see. Let me pull it onto our screen so we can all see it. Present, share screen, YouTube, share, boom. All right. So this is the video, I guess, because there's a lot of people who did a video on it. So I guess this is it right here. I wonder who has like the full video. This is somebody talking about, I believe. Oh yeah, they do play here, but they give some feedback. 15 minutes? Yeah, we're not doing 15 minutes, but police on scene. That was 8 days ago. 4 million views? Okay, so it must be crazy then. Yeah, let's watch this. Hold on. What channel is this? I ain't trying to get, you know what I mean? Snaps. But okay, let me see. Let's just play it. Let's play it.
You've probably heard about Boxable's flagship product, the Casita.
On January 23rd, 2025, footage of what
How long has she been employed here?
She was a seasonal hire, so I want to say maybe November.
You can cancel checks. I'm good.
I already don't like the vibe of this. You feel me? Off top. Marching with the police. How long has this associate been here? I already do not like the vibe of this. I don't like it already. I kind of want to watch another one just because I don't know about this channel. Should be good to use it. It's just, I don't know though. Yeah. Let's see the comments. Let's see what they're talking about. Never in my life will I be arrested for being at work when they tell me not to be there. Great point. But here's the flip side. I've seen people, there's somebody in my comment section, because that's a great point. This comment right here says, never in my life will I be arrested for being at work when they tell me not to be there. Facts. But here's the flip side. I've been left a comment where somebody said, listen, it said I wasn't supposed to be there on a day that I usually work. And then they didn't go and they ended up getting fired. You feel me? So if it was a day, but see, this is a day they weren't scheduled. But if it was prior scheduled and I'm low UPT, I'm probably pulling up. I'm just saying, I'm probably pulling up. And at least so I can go talk to HR, be like, hey, it said I was supposed to be here. Now it's gone, but I just want to confirm because I got low UPT. Do you see this and I see this? You know what I mean? Because we can't act like these systems play games sometimes. What if they wanted that associate out of there and pulled a stunt like that? I'm not saying that's what happened. Of course not. But anyways, hold on. Let me see if y'all have to comment real quick. The Amazon employee, yeah. I just saw the video and she made my blood boil with that phone and schedule. Okay, so you saw it too, man. You're making y'all blood boil. I guess so. That video had 4 million views. So, yeah, we about to watch it, but I don't like how it even starts. You feel me? I saw it on a cop body cam page. Yeah, I think that's what I'm about to watch right now. You missed out on views. Nah, like low key, I don't really, you know what I mean? I've always, once I start getting a lot of views for Amazon stuff, I always pull back. Like if it was about clout, I could have had it already. The news reached out to me. CNBC senior director. What's the exact title? Senior director, senior producer reached out to me. and I never did it. You know what I mean? Just because it's not just about the views, especially we're in new times. So I don't want to be bringing to light certain topics, or, you know what I mean? I just like to stay right in the cool. You know what I mean? We cool where we at. We cool. And my goal is to now try to bring in other content, so I don't have to just be going, off of Amazon stuff, So now they can have the views. That's cool. She doesn't get arrested till the break room. Right. Okay. Oh, I mean, I've never seen it, but I don't like how it starts off. You know what I mean? I don't even like how it starts off. If I'm not on the schedule, I'm out of there. No need to tell me twice. You got to be stupid to get fired on your day off. And see, they're all laughing. But see, those are people who probably never experienced that. You know what I mean? Like you don't. Anyway, this all right. When they searched her, they searched her. They found name. Okay, they found out she was on a schedule. So she was on a schedule. Hold on, let me see. I'll take things that never happened for 200. All right. Maybe I should just watch the video. But I'm really just thinking, like, if I should watch the video, because I don't want to get like a copyright of whoever that is. If the cop ever gives you the option to walk away, not get arrested, shut up and walk away. If my supervisor came up and said, I don't think you're supposed to work today, I'd be, see, now that already makes me question the relationship of of leadership and the employee. I don't know. But anyways, and that looks like is that an HR vest? That's purple. So I wonder if that's an HR vest. Let me just be quiet and play the video, I guess. Bruh, I don't want to get no strike on this though. Hold on. Let me see if this is like free use or what. The following shows body-worn camera footage. Welcome to the policing, best source for police activity on blah, blah, blah. Share educational police activity throughout the United States. Similar to YouTube police body cams, such as boom, 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 boom. All footage for educational. Okay, so all footage is sourced through public records request. Oh, dang. And it's considered by law to be accessible to public information. All content has respect for the YouTube guideline community. All content is for educational. So I guess I can use it then. All content on this channel is for educational, news, journalistic purposes. All suspects and yada, yada. Police on the scene, YouTube channel membership. Please consider. I guess I can use this then. I just don't want to, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get no copyright. Let's see.
I'm sorry, how long has she been?
Since about November.
Okay. Is she still seasonal?
Yes, she's right here.
Walking toward us?
Ryan, can you maybe put up your cart, please? You said put up my cart for what? Put up your cart. What? Officer Sachs is here to search off the building. I have that.
So she just said she has proof she's supposed to be right here, right now. That right there, you know what I mean? What proof does she have? I don't think she's going off of anything. She said she has proof to be there. So right there, I understand why she's taking that, the employee's taking that serious, because she would be let go. You feel me? With the quickness, like so she's probably like, listen, I'm not finna lose this job. That's probably an employee who really needs that job. You know what I mean? Low on UPT. This is all my opinion. I'm not a representative of the company. I'm not a spokesman. What else I gotta say? I'm not a representative of the company. I'm not a spokesman nor a representative. But sounds like they probably, you know what I mean? I just told you, if I had low UPT and I had proof I was supposed to be there, I'm fenced to be there. If some random or whoever that is, HR, even if that's the AM, says, oh, you're not supposed to be here, I need to talk to HR. You know what I mean? That's just me, because I have to cover myself. So, let me see. Messi says, let's acknowledge people's schedules get messed up. That's a fact. But see, like that, this is very true. And you say you all have seen it. Okay. That's true. But I already understand where the employee's coming from. If that was the case with her, first thing she says, I have proof I was supposed to be here. You know what I mean? People feel targeted, and it's just like, yo, if I had proof I was supposed to be here and you trying to tell me not to leave, I don't want to lose my job. Who knows what type of living situation that employee's in? You know what I mean? She's listen, She's fighting to stay in an Amazon building. Bro, she needs the job. She's fighting. She said, call the police. I'm not leaving this place. That's not Disneyland. It's Amazon's warehouse. That answers our question. This is an employee who needs every single dollar that job is providing. She's fighting to be in an Amazon building. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. She doesn't work at Disneyland. She doesn't work at, you feel me? What's a place that would be fun to work at? I don't even think any jobs are fun to work at anymore. She's fighting to stay in the Amazon, the place everybody says, oh, this is slavery. Oh, this is the hardest place. She said, nope, I'm not leaving. She's in fear of losing her job. She needs this job. Why is it? You know what I mean? So I already don't. All right, my bad. Let me go ahead. But take that into consideration. She's fighting to stay on the clock in Amazon. This is somebody who really needs this job.
Diamond.
Why would I get escorted off?
Diamond, because we just had this conversation. Remember, I asked you to nicely come off the floor and you refused. I said, do I need to call the police? And he said, I'm a grown woman.
Do I need to call the police? Dang, they just escalate like that. Hey, can you come off the floor? Why do I need to come off the floor? Do I need to call the police? Like, yo, dang. The escalation went to 0 to 100 real quick, didn't it? That's crazy. All right, let me see.
What would I be escorted off?
Because you're not scheduled and you are refusing to leave.
I have a picture that I'm scheduled for.
Diamond, you do not. I explained to you that was yesterday's shift.
No, I have
Please
a
put away your car.
Do you want to see the proof that I'm supposed to be in her?
No, ma'am.
What? I don't like this. I already don't like this. Would you, officer, like to see the proof? I'm supposed to be here today. The reason you're here, you were called here. Would you like to see the proof? No. Disgusting. Already, this is why this is this is what do you mean? No. The reason you're here. Would you like to see proof? No. Like, yo. Oh my gosh. Already the way it started off, I already didn't like it. You feel me? Marching in. All right, sorry. But she just said calm voice. She's not being aggressive at this point. I don't even seen the rest of the video, but how it starts off, she's being calm. She doesn't even combat the lady. She goes straight to the authority officer. Officer, you're here because this person is saying I'm not supposed to be here. Would you, to settle this all, would you like to just see the proof? And he says, no. What type of cop are you? Why would you not want to see that? Garbage, trash. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead. See, I don't need a reaction channel. I don't need a reaction channel, but I'm sure how this is going to go. The lady over here with the vest is going to continue to antagonize the lady here and poke her and all this stuff. And she's probably going to flip out and get arrested. And hopefully she doesn't get shot. You feel me? Like, let's see how this goes.
Okay. I'm not leaving on schedule. Like if I wasn't on schedule.
Diamond, I'm not going to continue having this conversation with you. I explained to you in detail. I showed you your schedule. I showed you the proof that you were not here. I understand it's a misunderstanding, but you are being insubordinate in my ask to have you leave the site.
How am I being insubordinate?
Look at her breathing. If you analyze people, this lady's already on edge. This lady right here, her eyes, her breathing. I know mannerisms. She's already on 10. Already there. You feel me? She's ready. She's there already. Look at her breathing when she was just talking. She's ready. She would like just certain words insubordinate and like, okay, King Tut, you feel me? Who are you, King Jeff? You Miss Jeff? Let me stop. But let's, listen, as the lady, the other employee that's right there, you feel me? At this point, you already see there's not, you feel me? You're not going to win. You've done all that you can do Now it's time. You know what? Okay, I'll leave. You feel me? I have police presence here. I would have took pictures with the selfie. You feel me? Say cheese. All right, bet. I stayed until the police came, just in case they do try to hit me with that UPT or whatever, and they try to make me say, "Oh, you were supposed to be there," because there's obviously a miscommunication with the schedule. She says she has proof. Cop didn't even want to see it. Terrible. But the lady says, no, yeah, okay, but I just showed you're not supposed to be here. At that point, I bet. Because, yeah, you don't want to you don't want to be combative with your manager or whoever this is. You know what I mean? So, agreed, it should have been deaded right there and dipped out. There's no need to go further because here's why. Let's exclude being arrested. You feel me? But now you have this lady right here. Can you guys see my pointer? Oh no, I gotta put on this one. This lady right here is hot. She's at a point. Hot. She's at a point. I feel, you feel me? She just made herself a target. This lady right here just made herself into target. Let's say if she would have ended it right there, this person, in my opinion, would have. You feel me? That person is offended, in my opinion. And now you have just created tension, unnecessary stuff in the workplace. You know what I mean? And I always try to avoid that at all cost, because there's nothing than having tension, than having strife, than having all this stuff in the workplace. There's nothing like it, especially with somebody in leadership. I don't know who that is. That vest looks like an HR vest. If that's HR, you tripping. Hold on. If that's HR, she's tripping. Because HR, from what I've seen, is purple. That looks purple, but this is the delivery station. I have no clue. I don't know. But if HR is telling you, go ahead and dip out, HR is the one who would be doing the firing. I would dip out. Bet. You got it, HR. Thanks. I'm finna go get me some In-N-Out, Cold Stones, and a smoothie. You feel me? Say less. She wouldn't have had to finish the sentence if that's HR. What y'all think? That looked like HR, right? Do we know if that's HR? Maybe I should just play the video. She might say it. Let me see if you guys commented so far. Watch offline. You seen it? He said, I think the employee being a seasonal, right? Yes, not just plays into it, but as I stated, this is Amazon. And for an employee to fight not to leave, that shows how much she needs this job. You know what I mean? That's the clear picture of this situation. I've seen it before. I already knew that. She can't lose her job. Whatever her life situation, she can't lose this job. That's why she's like, yo, I have proof I was supposed to be here. But, and then, yeah, being a seasonal too. Yeah, for sure. That's, you know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to lose this. Look, you said not Miss Jeff. Yo, you feel me? But look at the way, like, yo. Oh, man. That's HR. See, okay. If that's HR, that's the final say. You know what I mean? Like, we got to listen. HR, if they're saying go home, go home. Go home. Enjoy the day. Did that happen? Oh, no, that didn't happen. That's never happened to me before, thankfully. Because, yeah, that's a scary situation to be in, especially if you have like low UPT or something like that. No one wants to lose their job. You know what I mean? So that can be a scary situation. That's why I understood that. But with it being HR, I personally, because I would have showed up just like her. Like, I'm not going to lose my job. But if HR would have came and said, hey, SB, you good? I'm like, well, okay, you see this though, right? I see that, SB. But let me show you here. You good. All right. Can you send me this in a Slack? So I would have done that. Okay, can you just write me in my Slack? Because now you need to always keep receipts. Anytime, especially with your schedule. If somebody says you're this or this, and that, okay, cool. Get it in writing. Always get it in writing. Especially with HR. Okay, cool. Send me that in a Slack, please. Cool, bet. I'm out of there. I'm going home. All right. So what you said? Oh, so yeah, you said HR. That's what I'm saying. If that's HR, then yeah, she should have left. But let's see how this continues to transpire. I'm not trying to put too much of their page on there because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want these pages to trip. Whoever's page this is, if you're watching this, because the way you guys don't know how YouTube works, if somebody uses your video, the person, they can see, you know what I mean, and have the option to listen. If you see this, the person who made this, I'm just educational purposes, not trying to steal content or nothing like that.
Because I have asked you multiple times to clock out and go home.
I just told you I have proof, and
I'm not having an argument with you. Officer Sachs is going to help me explore.
Okay, so here, being in leadership, communication, and engagement, you should be top level. Of course, you're fed up, but you have an officer here now. Why not just say what you said prior while the officer's there? Because right now, if I was the officer, I'll be like, well, can you show, like, all right, let me just go.
Ma'am, if you can just gather up your stuff and leave.
No, I just need your device and your badge, please. Diamond, I don't need to see your proof.
Ma'am.
I'm about to show.
See, that's what's sad, because this person just don't want to lose their job. But this is HR. You know what I mean? If they say go, just go. You know what I mean?
I'm about to show her. Then I have proof that I'm supposed to be here.
We've gone through this already.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Can you understand the lady where she's coming from? I understand. I understand. But how come you don't understand her? She said, would you like to see proof? No. We went through this already. I understand. Get out of here, man. All right, let's continue. Oh.
So is there something we can do for you?
Alex is helping me with the situation. He had the conversation with me, asking her to leave the site.
Oh my god!
You don't need to be a writer to
Oh
publish
my god!
audiobooks
Hold
on
on,
Amazon.
hurry up!
Not even close. You see, I found a hidden corner.
Look at the pride. Look at the pride. Checking the time all openly in front. Calm down. Look at the pride. You're wasting all of our time here. She is. You know what I mean? But oh man, okay. I'm not gonna watch this whole thing because I already know it's just gonna just go terrible. Listen.
Ma'am, how much longer will it be?
See?
I'm on the schedule, so I don't.
She is taking a little long. You're taking too long, though. You're taking too long. That should have been on deck. I'll be having my stuff screenshotted, ready to pull up.
Are you actually logging into your app, or are you showing us a screenshot? Okay. So can we go ahead and step out off the floor, please?
She should have stepped out the floor.
Diamond, respectfully, I've given you multiple seconds. Can we please step off the floor?
Can we just go to the lunchroom? That's not leaving the building, but it's in the lunchroom.
That's what I'm
talking about. That way we can all hear better, okay?
There we go. All right, officer. 1 point. 1 point for the officer. You know, we need all right, he gets a point. He was -3. You feel me? He was -3 in this situation for sure. -4 probably. Nah, -3. He's at -2 now. He gets a point for that. That's the way you do engage. Good job, officer. You feel me? Not, hey, I love that. Can we go to the lunchroom? We know hopefully he sees she's terrified to leave. She don't want to lose her job. Listen, we'll go to the lunchroom. We're still on the property. She at that point should have said, thank you. Yes. You feel me? That would have been perfect. Why she's still there, nobody knows. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if y'all commented anything. She should have went right there. HR. Okay, so listen. HR, you feel me? Police in front of you, mad, checking his watch. That was a point. That was a point for the cop right there. Would you like to go to the lunchroom so we can talk about this over there? She should have took that right there. That would have been cool. Why is HR only white? I don't know. I've seen one though. I've seen one. That's crazy, right? I've seen one. And I think it's necessary for diversity in these type of situations because it's evident everybody is not treated the same. There's bias in certain times. Not saying all the time, but it gives the opportunity for biasness or a bias to happen. And that shouldn't happen in that realm. That level of HR bias shouldn't be there. But I mean, I hear you though. I hear you, soldier. I hear you on that. But see, that's a reality. That's a reality. That's a reality. But in that reality, you should conduct yourself knowing. Let's bring this back up and let's be real. All right, what you say right here, right? Me, I would conduct myself knowing I'm gonna probably be treated not different, but what's the word? How do I say this? The grace and mercy may not be extended to me if it's needed. If I'm told something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because you don't know who you're dealing with, and you know what I mean. You should have said lunchroom's gonna go down. Well, all right, let me see. Yeah, the HR needs to be. You know what I mean. This is our company, so I ain't gonna say it, but this has gotten over 2 million views. I think, I don't know. But one thing I didn't see in the comment section is anything towards the HR. You know what I mean? But I'm always looking at all parties. And you know what I mean? So I wonder if we didn't look at the comments. We probably will in a minute. But yeah, when you got to operate higher, you know? And you should always operate as if you're being filmed. That's how I did. Let me check my watch now. Lunchroom gonna go down. Right. All right. Let's see this. Let's see. But yeah, negative point for the employee already. The officer was real cool and genuine right there. She should have took that. She should have been respectful. And negative 2 points for the employee because that's HR. Even if HR is looking at you like this, like this. Don. She's hot. You feel me? She been hot since the cop got there. Don. She's furious. Oh, she's hot. Look, it ain't nothing funny in him. She ain't got a funny bone in her body right now. She ain't got a funny bone in her body right now. Furious. Oh my goodness. Listen, employees. This is avoidable. To avoid having your HR looking at you like this. Listen, to avoiding having your HR look at you like this. Come on, y'all. This is how you don't want your HR looking at you. Sorry. This is how you don't want your HR looking at you. If you got to this point. All right, my bad, y'all. Let's go ahead and continue. But she is hot. Look at that face. Wow. Woo! You think she got the police uniform on right now. All right, let me stop. Let me stop analyzing everything. Did you guys comment? Let me see if you guys comment. You guys didn't say that. All right. That's deep.
Can you just walk this way, please?
You got your backpack on the floor? Like, that's HR. Come on. You can't do
Navan's
that.
business travel platform? It completely ruined my
Bruh,
life.
come on.
See, I've been in the great
I'm gonna stop it after this. I just want to see how they're gonna respond right now. I love seeing responses. Engagement is everything.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, you taking way too
How much
long.
longer is this going to take?
Yeah, you taking too long. Nah, you taking too
So have you
long.
found your schedule?
All right, nah.
Okay, ma'am, either you found it or you can't find it.
I'm not leaving because I'm supposed to actually be here today.
All right, you lost. It's
Well,
already
I'm
over.
giving you an opportunity to show me this. How long is it going to take? Because I can't.
Shout out to HR. Here's what I was watching as the cop is there and saying and like, yay, how long? Da, 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 da. I was watching like, all right, it's HR. She can start pulling up her pants. You feel me? So I'm like, yeah, is she going to, yeah, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Kind of gang up on the employee. And this is too much. This is just a little bit too much raw doing too much analyzing on live. But what you say? Something to not HR for delivery station is only one. Something to not HR. I don't wait. You gotta write that again, Messi. I don't know what you mean. Let me know what you mean by that. But something to note. HR for delivery station is only one. Got you. Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah. Like I'm saying, employees are already in the wrong, in my opinion. I feel for everybody, and I do feel for the employee because I know how that. I can only imagine how that feels. You know what I mean? Knowing you're supposed to be at work, probably got low UPT. It already says you're a seasonal. You need this job. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to lose your job. But if HR, you feel me? HR should not have to be angry at you to tell you to, you're good. You know what I mean? So that's deep.
Cannot wait all day.
Yeah, she's being inconsiderate of everybody's time right now.
Ma'am.
Like, that's prideful right there. You know what I mean? Like an officer's talking to you. Nah. Woo! Hold up. Ooh, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some zoom in it.
Ma'am.
I got to zoom in on this. Hold up.
I'm just looking.
Wait a minute. Let me put some zoom.
I'm not going to wait all day, ma'am.
Ooh.
What are you looking at?
Ooh. What was that?
Are you supposed to be here today?
Yes.
Where's it say that?
I'm not going to elaborate. Y'all saw the zoom. Listen, mannerisms, facial expressions. There's a lot being said right there. And I'm not going to talk about it. All right, let's go.
We do have the schedule pulled up where it shows that she's not scheduled.
Can you show me, please?
Yes.
There we
She's
go.
not cooperating.
So we can verify the name.
I'm sorry, his computer is very tiny.
Here's her actual schedule.
All right, so how does this end, y'all? I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Let's see.
I asked earlier, has not trespassing been authorized?
I have been authorized to get you on site. I can call and verify.
They're trying to get her for trespassing? Like, what is she? What is the employee doing, though? Like, you know what I mean? Man, that's sad. I feel bad.
Are you making any progress?
Look at the cop. He's being...
Ma'am, you've told me that several times.
Right.
I asked if you're making progress.
Nah, yeah, that ain't cool. The officer is low key. I mean, he's being professional. The officer's being professional. He said, "Hey, ma'am, are you making any progress?" And then you're gonna respond, "I'm still looking for it." Come on, man. Come on. All right, so I'm just gonna fast forward through this little part. I do low key want to see what happens, but
Okay, thank you.
we're not gonna watch
Bye-bye.
15 whole minutes of this.
And are definitive that you want to trespass?
Yes.
Woo, she said that with no hesitation. Hold up.
Bye-bye. Yes. She said I have the authorization. You have the authorization to trespass.
Okay, can you say that in a definitive that you want to trespass?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have your attention?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the situation. You either leave or they're trespassing you. And if you don't leave
I
then,
don't even understand what that means.
it means you have to leave.
I'm
You do not
supposed
have a
to be on
choice.
the screen.
No.
I'm
If they
supposed to be.
trespass you, you have to leave. If you do not leave,
I thought that was if I'm not on the schedule. If I'm actually on
the schedule has nothing to do with it,
Yes, they do.
ma'am.
What am I trespassing for? If I'm not bothering nobody.
They
I'm
have
just doing
told you to leave for the day.
But I'm supposed to be on the schedule. So as
That
soon
is
as
irrelevant.
my schedule is about to be up.
That
in
is
a minute,
irrelevant.
So I will leave as soon as it's over.
That is irrelevant.
Yeah,
You
she
need to leave. If you
she
do
should
not
have
leave, you can be arrested for trespassing.
How can I be arrested for trespassing?
Voluntarily, or are you going to be arrested for trespassing?
How am I be arrested when I'm on the schedule? That doesn't make
Whether
sense.
you're on the schedule or not is irrelevant to me.
How am I being trusted? That's not making sense.
Last time I'm asking.
What am I being trusted?
Last time I'm asking, ma'am.
What am I?
Are you going to leave
I'm just
voluntarily
asking.
or not?
I'm asking you, what am I being trusted?
You're under arrest for trespassing.
Sir,
Ma'am,
get off of me. I'm not doing
you
it.
are under arrest for
You are
trespassing.
not.
Why you
No.
grab
You
her
are
like
not
that? Yo, why you grab at her like that? Listen, I'm gonna like, yo, that's like my automatic reaction. I'm like, oh my, sorry, officer. You can't just come at me like a zombie. You came at like a zombie, bro. This is just crazy, bro. This is just next level. Why did he come at her like that? So yeah, you know, not cool. But she should have listened. She should have been gone. She should have left a long time ago. Why? Listen, employees, do not put yourself in this position. This is crazy. I see why this went viral. Yeah, this is crazy, man. This is pretty deep.
Because I'm supposed to be on the
They've
property.
said you need to leave.
Sir, I'm walking away. Please don't touch me. What are you doing? I'm not doing anything to you, sir. I'm not. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yes. Put the phone down. Put the phone down.
No.
Then turn over.
For what?
You are under arrest.
I'm on the schedule.
You are under arrest.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it there. But yeah, she should have definitely left, y'all. That's a fact. She should have been about it there. Like I said, that's HR talking. That's not like some random. That's not an employee. That's not an ambassador. That's not a PA. You know what I mean? That's not a PG. That's not even an AM. You know what I mean? That's HR. If HR is telling you, you know, you good to go, you good to go. That's crazy. All right, let me see what you guys saying down here. You said cartoon character expressions, right? Them expressions was crazy. I did want to watch more, you know what I mean? Just because, but that's my company. You feel me? Like I work there, so I'm not trying to put them, you know what I mean? But that's the engagement. It's all about engagement. I'm not gonna at first. I think the cop did a good. I'm not gonna say nah. Once you, all right. Let me just see what y'all saying. Cartoon character expressions. The first American Pope is awful. Shake my head. Have you seen all the horrible scandals for the priests? Nah, I haven't. You gotta fill me in. I think she found her schedule and saw she was wrong, then doubled down on it. That could be it too. But I think she really did have some proofs, because I guess she said earlier, she showed her and she said, okay, but I showed you you're not supposed to be here. You know what I mean? Either way, it shouldn't have gone that far. That went way too far. You know what I mean? The employee, she was disrespectful to the cop. Like he was being patient. He was being patient. He gave her a lot of patience. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have went that far for sure. Like she should have left. Not to say HR couldn't have updated her schedule and she was on originally right. Right. I think that is what probably happened. Like stuff like that happens. But you're talking to HR. You feel me? So that's where, like me, I would have been like her. I would have went to the site if I was, even if it was on there and disappeared, I would have went. Especially, here's the thing. If I was low UPT, I would have went. If I had extra UPT, I probably wouldn't have, but I would screenshot that the day is now missing. I would have screenshotted that so I have proof. And if they still try to hit me, I still got the UPT. But if I was low UPT and I would be under, if I missed that day, I'm going to work, even if it shows they changed the day. And I would go speak to HR. And if HR said what she said, like, hey, I understand, but it's been updated, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Can you send me that in my Slack? Can you send me a message of that written? Yeah, cool. Bet. Sounds amazing. You have an amazing day. I'm finished to go to In-N-Out. Cold Stones after that. You know what I mean? That's HR. They're the ones who's, you know what I mean? So, yeah. To be fair, he gave her multiple. He did. You know what I mean? He did. At some point, she's going to learn either way or another. What do you mean by that? She's going to learn. You know what I mean? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, I mean, she should have left for sure. She should have left. That sucks. You know what I mean? Can I connect with you on LinkedIn? I don't have a LinkedIn. Was that Damon? Shout out to you, fam. What's good? Listen, everybody who's tuned in, if you ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. I don't have LinkedIn, but you can hit me on Instagram. I am on the gram though. Here's my Instagram. I'll post it in the comment section. I think that's my Instagram. If you type that in on Instagram, you'll find my page. Hit me up on there. Shout out to you, Damon. If you zoom into her phone, she's definitely not on A to Z. Right. I think she was looking for a screenshot. I think that's what she was looking for. SB, hello. Since you work out, what do you eat trying to lose some weight? Wait, hold on real quick, Andy. Let me just hold on real quick. Let me stay on this little topic and I'm gonna go back to yours once I hit these last little comments. If they tell me I'm good to go, I run for the door before they can change their mind. Right. But see, that's what most people would do. But I understand her though. I understand her 200%. I guarantee you she is very in need of that job. And she's a seasonal. I forgot how that works, but she's probably at risk. Like if she would have gotten a point for being gone, she would have lost it. I'm pretty sure she would have lost her job. You know what I mean? I totally understand that. Because I always put myself in different people's positions. I would have that same type of, you know what I mean? I'd be kind of like, I don't know myself. Especially if I had low UPT where this can cost me my employment. So I understand that. But like I said, once HR comes in the picture and they say it's okay, you're good, then that's when you just gotta get it in writing and take it and head out, you know. Someone said she may have mental health issues. I guess. But I don't think it's too severe if she did, because she's on the floor. You know what I mean? It's not like she would have on light duty or, you know what I mean? Like doing something. She looked like she was just operating with everybody else. So I don't think it was, you know, but you're right. That could be the case. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks because it sucks, you know, but you have to, you know what I mean? Like engagement goes both ways. The same way, you know, HR was engaging, the cop was engaging. She needs better engagement. She needs to know how to communicate. Communication. The communication was terrible. Low-key, it was like, you know, like, yo, there was no communication. It was disrespectful, you know, like the cop was being patient. It was disrespectful. It sucks, you know, because yeah, now you definitely lost your job. Nobody needs to be talking to HR like that. Nobody needs to be talking to the cop like that, especially when they're, you know, trying to be respectable themselves, you know. I'm not one to argue a cop. I've never argued a cop. I don't think. Have I ever argued a cop? When in my wild days, I think the most I did was threw the ticket away in front of their face. I think, but that's the old me. You know what I mean? When I was wilding out. But I've never sat there and argued them. You know what I mean? Learn to listen and walk out peacefully or facing a possible arrest in the only way cops know how. No, you're right. That's what you feel me? Like once he said, yo, you're going to be arrested for trespassing. If you do not leave, just leave. I don't know, fam. I have no clue. That's deep. But because it's seasonal guaranteed, she doesn't know Amazon politics or policies. Yeah, that's deep. I'm gonna probably watch the rest offline, you know what I mean? Just because I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep into it once it starts getting real hot and once it starts getting real messy. I think I kind of already did a lot analyzing HR. Shout out to HR. But, you know, we got to make sure engagement, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I don't think, never mind. All right, word. So overall in that video, that's my overall thoughts on the reaction of that video. You know, first reaction video, I guess. Completely avoidable. Definitely should have just, once HR is telling you to leave, should have just left. Got proof, have them write it in the message and then head out, you know. But low key, the reason why I said that, I got a message, a comment on this. Literally, it has to be like 2 weeks ago. Somebody commented that to me. How I guess the schedule was changed, but they got fired. You know what I mean? So They should have had it in writing though. I don't know. All right, but sad stories. What you say, Embright? I have never seen the police called for someone coming to work. That's wild. Never have either. I've never seen that as well. That's interesting because that's a thing. There was people who, and I was told about this, but people coming in on like overtime days that they weren't scheduled to work that overtime. But here's the difference. They listened. There was times where HR on the floor said, hey, you're not supposed to be in the building. And guess what? They left. But they knew they weren't supposed to be there. They were just trying to work more time to get more money. What'd you say, Lakendra? What's that? Lakendra. What up, Lakendra? I've seen this and I can understand she was told to leave. And I'm not sure what the situation that led up to that situation. I just felt it wasn't that deep. Times are hard. Right. For sure. I agree 100%. She should have left for sure though. She because the thing is that was HR. You know what I mean? HR is the ones that's going to do the firing. So if they're telling you you're good, she was confused. She was like, "Yo, I'm supposed to be here." Understandable. You probably schedule got changed, whatever. Boom, boom. But if associate's telling you that, yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I need HR to come tell me that, and that was HR. So definitely, she should have took that. She should have took that for sure. She should have left. And then the cop comes out and arrest you if you don't leave, and you still stay. Nah, that was out of order. You know what I mean? Like the associate was in the wrong. She was in the wrong. After evaluating the whole situation, in my opinion, I'm not a spokesman for the company. This don't reflect the company. I'm not a representative of the company. As a podcaster, just reacting to a video. If this was another company, the associate was wrong. Just this being a workplace situation. Forget Amazon or whatever company. Forget the company. A workplace situation. The employee was absolutely wrong. Especially if you need your livelihood. Come on, we're not doing that. There's no way I'm going to put myself in a situation to lose my job over some stuff that I can just go home for. You know what I mean? There's no way. There's just no way. We're not doing that. No matter what company I work for, I'm out of there. I got this is your main source of income. No, I'm out. But I'm not a seasonal. And maybe if I was a seasonal, I don't know. Boy was in the wrong though. Shout out to you, Lakendra. If y'all tuned in, be sure to hit that like button real quick. ND, all right. ND says, "What up? Since you work out, what do you eat? Trying to lose some weight, man. I don't eat good. That's what I eat. I don't eat good. I would try to burn calories. Walk, run. If you can't run, power walk. You want to burn more calories than you putting in, and I'd be consistent with walking. You ain't got to run. Power walk. That works a lot. But yeah, I don't really know on the tips to eating right because I don't eat right. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. So I apologize on that one. Shout out to Indito. Rivera, what up, fam? What up? Says, what up, SB? Last stream I told you SYR1 always had BET, but for this past week, they have been offering VTO from start of shift all the way to the end of shift. It's super slow out of nowhere. That's crazy. I wonder what the root cause of that is. You know what I mean? I wonder if the tariffs have anything to do. Look, at anything out of the ordinary at this point is going to possibly be looked at as the tariffs for most people. But I don't know. That's crazy. I haven't heard that from nobody else so far. But keep us posted. Keep us posted on that, fam. Keep us posted. For sure. But like I said, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard that from anybody else quite yet. Lakendra says, very true. I agree. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we can't risk our livelihood being like you're being disobedient, you know what I mean, to leadership. And it's not disobedient, but out of line, out of order. What's the word I'm looking for? You're not following the rules. I don't know which word I'm looking for right now, but sad story, man. Because now the associate just lost the job. I'm pretty sure. I know she needed it because she's fighting to stay at Amazon. She needs the job. You know what I mean? So sad to see. That's deep. I kind of like reacting. You know what? I kind of like reacting a little bit. I see why people do reaction videos. That was pretty cool. What else should I react to? But see, I don't want to get in trouble because I'll be speaking truth. Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. All right, my bad. But yeah, even if you're an employee and you're in a position where you feel you're being disrespected by somebody in authority, you're not going to win. You're not going to win an argument. You know what I mean? Like, it's not beneficial for anybody to be combative. You know, we're not going to win as the employee. All right, here we go. M. Bright says, I cannot agree with you on the tariffs because my building in Alabama looks like peak. That's what's up. That's what's up. But see, there's a total. Yeah, I'm not saying I think that. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure people would think that because that's what's kind of been propagated. Like, oh, tariffs they're gonna destroy the world or the economy. So I'm pretty sure somebody thinks that. I mean, the reality is, Uncle Jeff posted it, there's extra prices on them due to the tariffs. That's a fact. So I'm sure there's going to be some type of, there's going to be some that's going to affect it in some way, shape, or form. And, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's good. Your building isn't being affected. It looks like peak. That's what's up. Are all buildings going to be the same? Absolutely not. You have buildings that are in, more dense areas, more populated areas. They're going, even if tariffs hit, those are going to be more busier because it's more people there than a building that's more so in a rural area or a less populated area, So even if tariffs do make an impact, let's say if it makes a 20%, causes volume to, a reduction of volume by 20%, or it impacts volume by 20%. Somebody who's in a more populated area, it's not going to look the same as somebody who's not in a as populated area. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. James says in his building, they told us customer orders have slowed and lack of products coming from China, as 98% of Amazon FBA inventory comes from China. See, that's deep. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because I haven't looked into it. I don't even really want to look into it. I ain't trying to see nothing spooky because if I talk about it, it goes viral or something, like, that's deep though. It just don't look good. The equation, that's what all I've been saying, even this week, the week before, the equation, it could be a number of problem though. That's all I've always wanted to say, and haven't really wanted to go deeper than that just because, you know what I mean? But shout out to James, shout out to M. Bright. What you say in the building? They told us customer orders have slowed and lack of products coming in from China, as 98% of Amazon FBA inventory comes from China. That's deep. So I wonder if there's been some type of projection of what could possibly be affected. I haven't seen it. I haven't searched, but that's deep. Shout out to James. Shout out to M. Bright. Messi says we need an SB reaction channel for sure. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. You feel me? Like, these are real humans. Like that lady, right? The associate, that's a real person. The HR lady, that's a real person. The cop, those are all real people. You know what I mean? So that's why people never think of that side of going viral and doing reactions. Like, everybody doesn't take things the same. Imagine if I react to something, they don't like my reaction. There's a possibility I'm very, like, I plan on being I'm outside, like I go places. I have public social medias. And if somebody wants to pop up where I pop up, you know what I mean? I have too much to lose at this point. You know what I mean? I'm not out here trying to be wrestling in Arizona heat at 120 degrees. Oh, that asphalt is hot. That stuff is hot. So that's one reason I've always stayed away from celebrity gossip and reactions and stuff, because you know what I mean? This is a new age of this digital world we're going into, and people haven't seen the full repercussions of speaking on people. And you know what I mean? I know that's going to continue to happen, where people speak on people and they see them and go see them in real life. So, you know, it's just like, yeah. That's kind of why I've kind of, at least for the people side of reactions. Now the reason why I don't want to get into like more corporate reactions, you kind of mark yourself there too. You become like a troubled person online, always pointing out stuff that ain't supposed to be pointed out. Can that affect your employment when you go to get another job? You know what I mean? Can that red flag pop up or something? You know what I mean? We're in a digital age. They have they scan these digital sites, these digital platforms for controversial things. I was just looking at a TikTok, and this guy, companies come to him to search out the internet for the people applying for whatever they want them to search it out for. Their beliefs, their what they feel about this, but that's, you know what I mean? that's crazy. So that's why I you know what I mean? I try to keep it. I've never really went down that route, but it was fun. I liked it though. Reacting is pretty fun. I just would have to figure out what I would want to react about, you know? People losing their jobs, getting arrested and stuff. Nah, I don't think I want to react about that though. Rivera says at SYR. Okay. No, Jeff Bezos did not post the tariffs. Amazon considered displaying the added costs. He did post it. That's why I guess Trump said to take it down. So it was up. If you looked, supposedly they were up. And that's why what's the name? Trump said, yo, those got to come down. Amazon considered displaying the added cost of the tariffs on certain items, but this was never approved and not going to happen according to the company. Okay. Well, if it never happened, where'd you hear that from? Let's look. Which site? Let me pull that up right now. Amazon said Amazon never posted tariffs. How you even spell it? Tariffs online shopping stores. Let's see. So I see prior where it says they weren't planning on doing it. All right, let me see. But this was never approved and is not going to happen according to the company. According to the company, which site? What press release? Can you let me know what press release that's from? Because I definitely would want to check that out. And Bright, if you can let me know where that little source of information came from. Mercy says, still waiting on the away team results. Okay. Hope you get it. Daytona Beach sounds so good right now, especially on the away team. Paid flight, paid car, paid per diem. That's official. I hope you get it. Hope you get that. That'd be super dope. Rivera says in SYR1, their yard is empty and there's only reactives coming in, which are items that are already ordered. No new stock coming in. Only enough work for 40 stowers all day. Multiple stove floors closed. Did they say why? That's deep. Well, yeah. Did they say why, Rivera? James says, well, for us, it means outbound is running out of work before lunch, and Stowe is lots of VTO, and the yard is going dry of reactive work. Dang, that's crazy. Rivera just said that too. Just goes to show that even the CEO has a manager. Jeff is the chairman of the company and majority shareholder. Man. Deep times, man. Deep times. That's crazy. Daniel says AGS1 is running low on work too. Yo, that's wild. Listen, everybody got to give an update next week. We feel me? We're gonna have to track this for sure, or stay updated. I don't want to say track, but at least stay updated. And then I don't even know if I can say that because we don't. Yeah, never mind. That's deep though, Daniel. James says Amazon was considering putting it on the Hall platforms, not the main site. It was in process of getting approved, but not yet approved. Got you. I want to see that website M. Bright was talking about where they said that. That'd be some good information right there. I saw the press release, or not the press release. I saw where what's that dude's name? Donald Trump was talking about it, where he said, I'm very upset on how Jeff Bezos, you know how he talks, he'd be having me rolling. He was like upset. So what was he upset about if he didn't do anything? Because he says, yeah, I was upset and I made a call. Well, why did he do that if he didn't do anything? You know what I mean? That's what I would like to know. Rivera says, they haven't told me anything. I'm a PG running a stove for because we are low on PAs. Daily volume is around 90K to 115K. 2 weeks ago, our daily volume was like 460. Huh. See, I don't know. Every building's different. You know what I mean? So is that year over year? Is it the same? Yeah, maybe a big drop. What we were seeing, that's a big drop. What was right there. But what was it year over year? What was it last year? You know what I mean? Is that a trend that volume usually drops right around this time? What is it? We're in January, February, March, April, May. What? Okay, second quarter. What would cause a drop like that? Is it something that would cause a drop like that? I can't think of anything. I can't think of any holidays. I can't think of nothing. So I don't know. But I would try to look into that. But that's crazy. I don't know. I mean, with a drop like that, you wouldn't have to wait too long to see you feel me, to see how that transpires. You know, if it does that again, in another 2 weeks, you feel me? Like that's a pretty big drop. That's crazy. Keep us posted though. He said it was nothing like this last year. Okay, so year over year it wasn't like that. Definitely keep your, I would keep my fingers on the pulse. He says you've never seen nothing. Wait, there you go. I've never seen it this slow. I think it will probably be time then to, start looking for another part-time. I wouldn't leave just because who knows who knows why that's happening. And then I would ask management, your manager, hey, are we projecting overtime? I'm seeing low volume. I've never seen it this slow. They have more vision, more visual of the numbers, what's projected. You can ask them like, hey, is this going to, is this going to be like this for a while? And then if he says, yeah, or scarier, if he says, I don't know. If he says that, then you feel me? But I would try to get some information from management before you. And then after that, if it seems like iffy or unsureness, I would still keep the job. I wouldn't leave Amazon. That's just me, my personal opinion, what I'm doing. I'm not leaving the company, but if I was in your position, I would ask management because they have a greater oversight and they have more intel that sometimes comes down. They don't get everything, but at least they can probably, hear something. And if they say like, yeah, we're probably going to be slow for a little bit, bet. I wouldn't tell them, no, don't tell them. Do not tell your job about getting another part-time job. Don't ever do that if possible. But I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for the, thanks for letting me know. And then I would look for a different part-time job while keeping my Amazon job until the ball gets rolling again. I don't think Amazon is done. I mean, I don't know what the variable of these tariffs are either, so who knows? But I don't think it's done because it's Amazon. But we still have Prime Week coming up in like 2 months. You know what I mean? So that's why I went and ditched the company because there's going to be overtime there. And then right around the corner again, here comes peak season. So I would just try to talk to management to see if you can get some insight there. Especially if you've never seen it like that. That's what I would find out. Like, yo, I've never seen it like this. How long do you think it's going to be like this for? Do we have any projected time or estimated time or, try to fill your manager out. James says they talked about it on TYT, Midas Touch. See, I don't watch none of them, but that's what's up. That's what's up. Like I'm saying, I only seen the reaction from the horse's mouth. From Trump himself, I seen looked like he was frustrated at Jeff, So I wonder why if he didn't post it. Or Daniel says, been like that. Wait, what's the last thing Daniel said? Okay, AGS1. Been like that for weeks, no money for food. I think it's time to, I would try to get another part-time job until things pick up again. Daniel, that'll be my opinion. And Bright, Focus SB, laugh out loud. He was mad because he heard that they were considering putting forth tariffs on the website. Come on, let's be real. This is the president. He's not going to just go off of rumors. Oh, I heard. Who did he hear it from? It's not like he's a president. He has, very reliable sources around him. Focus, Bright. We're talking about the president. You feel me? This is not the dude on the corner on the block. Like, yeah, man, I heard. No, this is the president. You feel me? He has reliable information, reliable intel. So, But anyways, he says he was mad because he heard that they were considering putting tariffs on the website. Okay, if that was the case, why would he go live on the I don't know. Who knows? I don't know, fam. All I'm saying is, when it comes to the tariffs, I think we need to see that variable, or I'm interested to see how that plays out. A clear picture of what that looks like. You know what I mean? I haven't seen no clear picture of what that means. Okay, here's the new tariffs. The prices go up X amount. Propagate. Okay, I see all that. What does that look like real time? You know what I mean? How does that affect us? That's all I'm worried about. James says, I definitely want to see how Prime shakes out. All the normal Amazon products that are normally on it can come from China. It's always the same stuff year in, year out. I feel you. Well, I guess that'll be a good time, to definitely see how it looks or how it plays out. And Bright says, okay, I have been with Amazon almost 9 years. It has definitely been slow that they send out weeks of VTO at a time. I definitely say stay with Amazon if you're a white badge, try to go blue badge soon. White, yeah. Yeah, I've been with Amazon for a while as well. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Messi says management be trying to save themselves. What you mean? My bad. What you mean, Messi? Oh, so you mean like they probably won't disclose any information or something, or what? Or what are you replying to right now? I don't see what you're replying to. I'm trying to look. I don't see. Let me know, Messi, on that. Rivera says they just fired around 100 people. My son was one of them. He got an email saying he got an involuntary termination. No reason at all. They only been hiring seasonal, I guess, so they can let them go easier. That's deep. I have no clue about that. I haven't heard about that. That's interesting, though. That's interesting. That's real interesting. I never heard that. Man, that's deep. James says Trump heard it from his team and someone in corporate leaked that intel out. Then in the briefing, Trump's chief propagandist secretary basically called Jeff an enemy of the state and held his picture up. Yo, all these people are they're like best friends behind the scenes. I really believe it's all WWE. That's funny though. That is funny. Yeah, when I saw that, I don't think I saw the picture, but the lady. Oh man, it's just like, yo, we're in. This is something different. This is different. You feel me? We're in different times for sure. Mercy says, do you check your IG messages? Yes. Yeah, I do. If you send it, yeah, I do. I don't know. It's weird though. Sometimes my IGs get blown up. Like I'll get a gang of inboxes. Then it got to give me like a few days. But yeah, if you send something, then I'll check it. Rivera says, is it true that if you're seasonal, you can't get unemployment if you get terminated? Huh. And Bright says, yes, but Rivera, I would check with HR. You know what I mean? I would let them be the definitive answer for that. I would check with your HR to find out. See, look, even M. Bright said, yes. Wait, no. Shout out to you, M. Bright. But Rivera, I would check with HR to find out things like that. You want confirmed, you know what I mean, by the company. If you're seasonal, you can't get terminated if you're unemployed. I don't think I've ever heard of that. That don't mean it ain't true. I've never really looked into that, but even if I knew it, I would still tell you to go ask your HR, like information like that. I don't even be trying to give like definitives on. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Man charged in stabbing at an Amazon warehouse. That's deep. Stabbed another person at the warehouse on Sunday morning, May 4th. I wonder what it was over. Let me check. Amazon says it's a myth that robots kill jobs. Here's the reality. Ooh. Okay. It's a myth that robots kill jobs, but was that the world? Not was it who? It was the world, not the World Health Organization, no, the UN, I believe, who said that 30 million jobs were going to be replaced by robots, but robots don't replace human jobs. Ooh. Well, hopefully not for our. Hopefully every other. Well, hopefully not, but maybe that's just every other company and not ours. I'm with that. Let me see. Quick question. Say I come in 15 minutes late. Can I use my PTO minutes to compensate? If so, how? Yeah, you can. You do that through your A to Z. And then you click on your time, click on your PTO, and then it'll say like you can implement it, but I forgot the name is the term. You click it, and basically you'll click the day and the time frame. Say you start at 7:30, you'll put 7:30 to 7:45. And it'll say, would you like to use 15 minutes of your PTO? Boom, click yes, boom, and then it takes it. I just used that like last week. All right, let me see. What was I reading? I was reading no, not that one. Here we go. I want to see why this person got stabbed at Amazon though. Charging stabbing. What's this about? Accused of stabbing multiple people between such and such and such and such on May 4th is facing new charges of assault and weapon possession following an attack at an Amazon facility. Why did this happen though? I don't even think it was in the hospital or in the warehouse. Just man, that's crazy. See, they just be using Amazon for cloud. Don't even think this happened in the warehouse. Yeah, they just be using Amazon for cloud. All right, what y'all saying over here? Y'all say anything? Nah. Where we at? 152? Okay. We put in some time tonight. So what's good, man? Y'all got anything planned for the weekend? Am I the only one that's gonna be taking some days off during Prime Week? Anybody else taking days off for Prime Week, or is it just me? I think I'm only gonna be able to do like 3 days off. That's what it's looking like so far. But I guess we'll see. But you know what? I think we're gonna wrap it up there, y'all. If y'all ain't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. We still got a nice amount of people in here too. If y'all, unless y'all got something else we want to touch on, drop it in the comment section. Let me know. We can go there because we can do, we can do some more. But let me know what y'all want to touch on, or we gonna wrap it up. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, y'all. Because I'm not seeing nobody drop nothing, but I see y'all. Hit that like button. You feel me? I don't know where we at on the likes, but if you haven't liked it yet, hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be live next Thursday as well, so y'all be sure to tune in. Be sure to hit the notification bell, so if I get to record these videos and post those up, that you guys can check those out. But other than that, y'all, we had a super dope live tonight, man. You guys have a blessed week. Be safe out there. Listen. Chill in the workplace. You feel me? Don't be going crazy on HR. Don't be arguing with your managers. Like, let's just go in here, collect these checks, and go home. You feel me? Let's go in here, collect these checks, and go home. But other than that, man, y'all have a blessed week. I'm gonna catch y'all. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next vlog, next video. It's your boy SB. Let's go. Shout out to everybody who tuned in today. Hold on. Shout out to Mercy for dropping a super chat. Shout out to you, Mercy. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to JP. Shout out to M Bright. Shout out to Rivera. Shout out to James. Shout out to the other Messi. Shout out to who else we have in the building? 5.0. You're gonna be shout out to my dude 5.0. LaKendra. Shout out to LaKendra. Was that Damon? Shout out to Damon. Shout, of course, ND. Shout out to ND, my guy. Good to see you as always. Shout out to ND. Everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you much, man. But other than that, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. It's your boy SB. Let's go.